Hey everyone, welcome back in. This is Jay Pylon. Please hit that like and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you for being here. I got back 40 cards in the mail, TTM signed. I've sent out this week 83 cards to be signed. And well, not 83 cards, 83 letters. I sent out 83 letters to be signed, with cards in them. So I've got a sudden Sam McDowell custom that I made right here on the screen. I plan to send this out. There's one with Sam McDowell and Eddie Fisher and Sonny Siebert. And then this is a brand new card from Leaf Baseball, Sam McDowell. Leaf, I guess they reach out to some of these guys. I really don't know how they're doing it, but they even have some new Bobby Shantz stuff out. So Leaf really is like the only company that puts out the older, less known players or forgotten players that were really good. So Leaf is doing a good job with that, and I'm planning to send those out. This stack in the back is what I'm planning to send out to the players, and it's an accumulation of different cards that I'm working on sending out to get signed, and it's really the ramp down of my TTM collecting. So it's coming to a point where I have all the autographs of the different players, and this stack here, that's about 60 some cards, is really representative of the primary cards that I want to get signed. Dave Stewart. Um, so the others are plenty of different cards that I've gotten ready. I've sleeved them up, and I'm going to be sending these off to get signed. Just let them marinate back there. Let me go ahead and get into the TTM returns. We've got a Pinnacle Summit above and beyond. Brian McCabe. Denny Martinez on this refractor. This came out really nice. Denny Martinez on the 91 score. Dane Myers, who made waves a couple weeks ago for getting into the getting onto the fans in the stands. I think he told them to go do something with themselves. Eddie Tabanisi, Brian McRae. This is a pickup of Jorge Padilla, Dennis Rasmussen, Paul Boris with the Twins. A pickup of a player that's passed away, Sammy Stewart. eBay pickup on this one. Like the 1980 design a lot. Oh, that Heritage card collection. As soon as that comes out, I can't wait to get some of those. That 2026. I hope they have some really nice ones in that one. Here's a Tommy John from 72. This looks like a older period signature of his. So I really this is the real deal on the Tommy John signature. It's a beat up card, but it's definitely his signature. That's probably done about. I would say this is the period that looks 90-ish. Let me know in the comments if that's the 90-ish Tommy John sig. I think that that's his older sig. We have John Candyman. This is a pickup. I sent to him. He never sent back. Gary Matthews. I'm making it easy on myself. I'm just getting, instead of doing set completion, instead of going after, every single the player run, I'm just getting one of each of these guys that played, so that way I can look at my TTM collection and confidently say, well, I have all the guys that played in the MLB in the '80s or all the guys in the '90s. I'm working on the guys from the 50s. I have to go back a little bit because I missed some of those guys through TTMing. So in my TTM collection, there's something around 2,000 some 1950s cards signed. There I have Joe Nolan from the 78. Another pickup, Willie Horton. These are really clear for autographs on them. Even this light pin. Um, and another thing about how you display your cards, you don't want to have your cards that are autographed sitting out everywhere to catch light and sunlight because they'll fade the ink. You want to put them away somewhere in a dark spot. Keep that ink nice and fresh on the card. Wayne Gross, R.I.P. Dave Gusty. I picked these up. I was putting together a Dave Gusty collection, and then remember his signature started to change. It looked like his family member or himself could no longer sign the right way, and that was right before he passed away. So I guess we should have all known something was up when that started happening. Anytime you start seeing the shaky signature, a complete change in signature, maybe family members stepping in, then you got to ask yourself, is everything okay with that player? Because it's one of the kind of the telltale signs of one of these guys. And one of the sad things, I guess, about in the TTM community is we get acquainted with so many players that at any time we can look up on the obituaries and see someone that we just recently spoke with, and through writing, it's almost like pen pal stuff through our writing or our letters or correspondence over the years. Because sometimes I get really nice letters back from these guys too, and then you'll see that they passed away, and some of them are even passing away young too. So it's one of the things that is a part of life. But I think for the TTM community, we're really, really more acquainted to and experienced with seeing uh, players from each, athletic field, and then getting to know so many. And then when the older ones pass away, it's a little sad for us, or a little disheartening to see this. It happens so often. Here's a Maury Wills card. I didn't have him in my collection just yet, so this will represent my Maury Wills card. I'm keeping it nice and easy for myself, so I don't have to go go all out and get a Maury Wills player run. And John Gellner, he's in Oklahoma. I can't tell anymore which of these are customs and which of these are originals. You got number 9 in the back there. Oh goodness, there's the Pirates though. But this is a custom I did, and he's in here in Oklahoma. And I made it look like the old school back on the back, but that's not the original. This is the original. It was also with the Pilots. Pilots ran in the '69 Seattle Pilots. It was like a pilot program. Then we got James Stewart on Above and Beyond. I'm getting all these Above and Beyond cards as soon as I can. These refractors, Summit refractors. I'm really a big fan of that. We got some Bowman Heritage. They did this in the 55 style. There's Marquise. Here's Arias. You got Tim Conroy. I saw everybody's getting him back recently. 87 and 88. Here's let me put this out there. It's good old Tony Saunders. And these are both refractors. He's excellent about signing cards, and he has a lot of really cool looking cards. If you're ever interested in trying to get one of his autographs, you might try to send out a Tony Saunders. Look at that. Neat refract. He has tons of cool looking cards. Billy Gardner. And I had a bunch of Billy Gardner cards. I was always pretty successful with them, but I know he was a stickler. Billy Gardner was one of those guys that was sometimes hard for people to get. So was Larry Miggins and a couple others. But I think that I don't know. I guess the way that I wrote the letters, they just enjoyed the letters, so they signed the stuff and sent it back. And this is a pickup though. I can't remember if I have him on the 58, and I didn't want to pull out those 50s binders and take take a little lazy on my part, but I'm so busy I couldn't have time for it. Mo Vaughn, uh, I'm not really sure if this is his signature or not, but it looks similar to some of his signatures. So he's uh, Mo Vaughn at the Sports Academy. If you look up on what is it called? Sports Card Forum, the ultimate in sports card trading and discussion. You can go to that website where they have the TTM forum, TTM manager, and you can look for Mo Vaughn. And he's got a company called the Mo Vaughn Sports Academy, and send off to him and ask for his autograph if you want to get a Mo Vaughn autograph. His signature kind of looks like this, but I'm not sure if he's changed it or if that's not even his. I hope it's his though. That'd be good. It's Mike Mussina, posted at 18 and 5. Ah, it's beautiful. A great card. There's not hardly. Man, tell me who's the Mike Mussina collector, right? I don't see them. I don't know who's the Mike Mussina collector here on YouTube or in the collecting community because I never come across them. And if ever you're on eBay, you'll notice that the Mike Mussina ball cards, even the really nice ones, usually they're not super expensive. So there's Oriole fans out there that might be getting some Mike Mussina stuff, but it's just he's just one of those guys that just gets overlooked mostly. Bill Kruger, got to get that back on the 87, the 86, and of course I'm knocking out the 91 score because I got a beautiful box of it, and I love this as a baby, the 91. There's Ty Klein, the Braves. Glad to get that old 65 card back. That looks cool. Here's a smudged up Rafael Palmeiro. That guy wants he wants $40 for his autograph. Good night, and they didn't even include him in the Hall of Fame. You know, that's rough. Palmeiro is asking $40 for his autograph. So whenever possible, I'll do some pickups. But I do plan to just send him a 10 in his card and see if he'll sign it and write him a nice letter. Because $40, my guy, that's a long stretch. Who's the $40 people we got in the TTM thing? It's Steve Carlton. Roger Clemens is like Roger Clemens used to be 40 back in the day. I think boosted it up to 80 or 100. I don't know. Some of these guys ask for tons of stuff, and it's their time. I understand that, but really, look at that. Could you imagine paying $40 for that? No, I'm gonna send the guy a 10 spot and call it a day and see if he signs it. If he does, God bless. If not, it's all good. There's Don Money. Talking about some money. Up comes Don Money with the Phillies. Third baseman. Beautiful Phillies. Sending to PA is hard sometimes though, because those cards take a while to get back usually. Not with Bobby Shantz, but with over the years. And I know Math Bowler loved to send to Steve Blass. Man, I sent to Steve Blass and I only got him back once. I was like, dang, I can't catch a break with this guy. But then there's other guys, it's just funny like that in the community. There's other guys that um, TTMers never get, and I can get. It was the same way with guys that were around way back in the day when I started doing TTM around 94, 96 and stuff like that. Then I stopped, of course, for a long time, and then I didn't come back until just recent. But back then, I would send off to guys like Ricky Henderson, and they would send Robin Yount, Ricky Henderson, so many others, and I would make a nice letter for them, and they'd send it back right away. So it's just the fickleness and the the sometimes it's just not sure what's going to happen with some of these players. I mean, some players are epic about signing for it, and then others are not. There's a Jack Howell on a score 91, and here we go with Bert Blyleven. He put this. Well, it's kind of big for the thing. Bert Blyleven put his card in this, and he wrote me a letter. He said, "God bless you, Jay. Hope you're doing well there," and stuff like that. That was nice. I didn't know Bert Blyleven went all out like that, but here we go. Thank you to Bert Blyleven. Huh? That's cool. I heart to fart. Thank you to Bert Blyleven. That was nice. And then the last card in the bunch is the Jim Palmer. Oh, it got a little smudged, but it's all right. I like these 52 style looking cards that they put into the extractor and stuff. Now, let's go ahead and do a duck race and see who's going to win. But before I do that, let's go ahead and do another little contest giveaway because I'm that type of guy. This is Bobby Shantz card, TCMA, and one lucky viewer today will get it. Just put Bobby, hashtag Bobby in the comment section, and I'll include you in the drawing to get this Bobby Shantz card. And I'll probably throw in, as a surprise, the winner will also get some other goodies too. Um, this is some Bobby Richardson cards I plan to send out to him today. I'm just waiting on one to get back in the mail. And now this is the card contest. Let's go ahead and see who wins. All right, guys, good luck. Let's see what we can. All right, here we go. Start. Oh, here we go with the quacking. Let's see. Flip the quacking off for a second. Oh, it comes back on. Gosh, there's no stopping the quacking. Everyone's pretty even. Let's see if anyone gets a bounce off. Mike is way ahead right now. It was Mike. Okay, congratulations, Mike. You have won the cards. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you're new, and be back in again soon for some more TTM through the mail. God bless, stay safe, be well always. Later on.